against Austria means that he is likely to be masked up not just for the remainder of this competition but for the start of his Real Madrid career. And it's going to be Mbappe and France that get us underway, kicking from left to right in their change white strip, white shirts, blue shorts and white socks. Portugal in their traditional red and green, and it is France who gets us underway. Very interesting to see how both sides settle into this contest. We'll dig into some of the stats and facts and figures that have been surrounding their respective performances at the tournament in just a few minutes, but it's been relatively underwhelming for both Roberto Martinez and Didier Deschamps. Let's see if the record can be changed tonight. Here's N'Golo Kante to storm down the right hand side into the Portuguese half of the field. Forced backwards though, quick 1-2 with Randal Kolo Muani. Now Antoine Griezmann will try and switch it across to that far left hand side. Theo Hernandez races over to keep it in play by the corner flag. France building possession here right on the edge of the Portugal box. It's Hernandez with a little 1-2 with Camavinga. Now Mbappe will drop out to help on that far left hand touchline. Switch back across to the right. France trying to shift Portugal around in these opening few stages. Now Camavinga again. France eventually just forced to shuffle backwards. Positive opening 90 seconds from the French. Here's Koundé, Kante again on the charge down the right hand side, looking to aim for that dead ball line, but Pepe gets across, gets the block in, backed up by Nuno Mendes. France are appealing for a throw in right by the corner flag down their right hand side, but it's eventually well won back by Kante. Now Griezmann on the edge of the box, blocked, falls kindly for Muani. Just trying to square that across to Eduardo Camavinga, and anywhere will do for Portugal as they just hack it away as a clearance. Here comes France again. Griezmann just popping into a little pocket of space, and he's bundled to the floor by Bruno Fernandes. The first free kick of the evening, even. Just 2 minutes on the clock. Portugal will have to try and steady themselves and get a foothold in this game. It's been all one-way traffic so far. Clearance by Portugal immediately picked up just inside the French half of the field by Deu Upamecano. He'll feed into Jules Koundé, advance from right back. France happy to switch it and try and make some yards down both sides of the field as Theo Hernandez on the left hand side, who's in possession now with Kylian Mbappe. Koundé linking up with Griezmann down this near right hand side. Griezmann of course will look to drift centrally. That's a poor ball from Mbappe, just tried to square it across the pitch from the left, 25 yards from the Portuguese goal, but it's cut out by the Portugal defence. João Palhinha will now try and get Roberto Martinez's side building down the right hand side. Here's João Cancelo. First little opportunity for Portugal to release that pressure valve. There's Rafael Leao, first touch for Cristiano Ronaldo, comes deep inside the Portugal half to collect possession through the middle. Feeds it back out to Rafael Leao. He does really well to battle on into the France box, but it's loose cross and cleared away by Theo Hernandez. Portugal will come again though. Bernardo Silva just tiptoes his way down the right flank, but he's eventually shut off by Eduardo Camavinga. It's a change in shape from France incidentally this evening. The double pivot of Rabiot and Kante has been disrupted. 1 game suspension for Adrien Rabiot for 2 yellow cards means that Aurélien Tchouameni will play slightly deeper and Eduardo Camavinga will drop in to offer some support. Means that Antoine Griezmann, who's voiced his displeasure about being farmed out on the right hand side, will start there again this evening. Kolo Muani through the middle and Kylian Mbappe on his traditional left-hand position for France. Five minutes on the clock here. The Volkspark Stadion in Hamburg. No goals, plenty of pressure from France in the opening stages. If current Euro 2024 form is anything to go by, it could be a slow burner of an evening here in Hamburg. France, of course, qualifying for the quarter-finals thanks to an 85th minute own goal from Jan Vertonghen against Belgium. Portugal went the full 12 rounds against Slovenia, all the way to penalties. So you might have to strap yourselves in for a long evening here tonight. A bit of possession here for Portugal, just inside their own half of the field. João Palhinha scanning his options on the edge of the Portuguese half of the centre circle. Backed up by Manchester City's Ruben Dias. Now Pepe, showing no ill effects from the marathon night against Slovenia. The 41-year-old, he's already collected a couple of age-related records at the tournament. Oldest player to ever appear at a European Championship, and the oldest player to ever appear at a knockout stage game at a European Championship. 41 years young, and he remains a crucial part of Roberto Martinez's team. Nuno Mendes just tiptoeing forward from left back there into the France half of the field. Thought about the cross and he was rather caught in two minds. Poor ball towards the France box is cut out by Upamecano. Portugal will come again. João Palhinha back inside the centre circle for Portugal. Portugal's number 6, of course, finding himself in the centre of some more transfer speculation during the tournament. Bayern Munich rumoured to be on the verge of finally securing a deal for him. They tried last summer but were rejected by the Cottagers. The Bundesliga powerhouse are confident that this time round they will get their man. Portugal have just managed to get their foot on the ball in the last couple of minutes, albeit inside their own half, with Pepe and now Vitinha. France seem willing just to step off whenever Pepe and Diaz have the ball. They're not too inclined to go and squeeze them. Mbappe, Griezmann and Kolo Muani will go and pressure Cancelo and Nuno Mendes, however. Here is Pepe striding forward again. He is a marvel. He is still performing at such a high level for club and country. Been released from his Porto contract at the start of July, so he is a free agent at the moment. He's confirmed he's got no plans to retire. Here come Portugal down the left-hand side. Nuno Mendes to the byline. Early ball in, just cleared away by Aurelien Tchouameni. But it'll be a throw in to Portugal down the left, deep inside French territory. Quickly taken by Vitinha. He goes backwards though to Pepe. Now Diaz on halfway for Portugal. Back to Pepe. Vitinha just short on options there as he looked to knock that one forward into the France half of the field. He just saw a wall of white shirts in front of him. Kante, Camavinga and Tchouameni, a three-man shield in front of the French defence. I don't think it would be too unkind to call it a laboured run to the quarter-finals for France. Of course, it's been far from vintage stuff from Didier Deschamps' side. Second in Group D, finishing a point behind Austria to make it through to the knockouts. They only managed one win in the group stages. That came via an own goal against Austria. Of the 4 goals they've scored at this tournament, 2 of them have come as own goals. Beg your pardon, 2 of the 3 goals they've scored have come via own goals. The other one being a Kylian Mbappe penalty. The referee here has opted to give a free kick to Portugal. The French player's not happy about that, and this is in a good crossing position for the Portuguese. On the left hand side, just in front of the France 18-yard box. It's the Mancunian double of Bernardo Silva and Bruno Fernandes standing over it. Fernandes will whip it in. It's deflected behind by Jules Koundé. France players not happy with that decision by Premier League referee Michael Oliver. The decision was granted. Portugal now have themselves a corner. 10 minutes on the clock here in Hamburg. Portugal 0, France 0 on Flashscore UK. It's going to be Bruno Fernandes to take right-footed from the Portuguese left. Pepe and Diaz both forward for Portugal. Ronaldo in the mix as well. Bruno Fernandes to take. Goes near post again. It's smashed away by Randal Kolo Muane for France. Bruno Mendes is the furthest player back for Portugal. He'll just opt for safety in Diogo Costa. Quiet start to the game for the Portugal goalkeeper. Enjoyed a hell of an end to their round of 16 victory over Slovenia. 3 penalties saved. Slovenia, who battled so hard to get themselves to a shootout, were simply unable to beat the Porto stopper. Ronaldo, Fernandes and Silva on target for Portugal. Ronaldo, of course, missing a penalty during extra time. Here come Portugal again. Good link up there between Leao and Mendes. Mendes will try and hook that in from the left hand side, but it just drifts past the post. Mike Mannion initially thought about making the catch, but he's happy to let that bounce through for a goal kick. It's been the main source of a threat for Portugal, the link up between Leao and Mendes. Cheeky little back heel there from Rafael Leao to catch out Jules Koundé, but Mendes on the run couldn't get the control on the cross that he wanted. France will just bring that defensive line halfway up inside their own half of the field and try and get Upamecano and Silva to build from there. Switched over to this near right hand touchline now with Jules Koundé just inside the Portugal half of the field. Laid off by Kolo Muane. He's drifted over to this near right hand side now with Antoine Griezmann central. Imagine we'll see quite a bit of that this evening. Griezmann does prefer to pop up in those little pockets of space in between defence and midfield. He's not a winger by trade, of course. He's Kylian Mbappe, a hybrid winger, you might say, trying to burst onto that ball from Theo Hernandez, but João Cancelo gets there first. Just shepherds it behind for a Portugal goal kick. So that penalty for Mbappe in the 1-1 group stage draw against Poland is his first ever goal in a European Championship. He has not scored from open play. Obviously he's yet to score in a European Championship knockout stage game as of tonight. Completely different story in the World Cup, of course. Incredible performance in Qatar 2022 where he won the Golden Boot. 8 goals, 4 goals in 2018 as France were crowned champions, but the world has been his stage and Europe has seen him struggle. Nice ball out there from Pepe to find Nuno Mendes, just advanced from left back up towards the halfway line for Portugal. It's been a shout from the bench from Didier Deschamps to change the pressing strategy from France's Mbappe, Griezmann and Muane to go a little bit higher now, giving Diaz and Pepe happy to use the width of the Portuguese penalty area to try and cause issues for the France forwards. Long ball forward into the channel for Leao to chase, but he's muscled out of it. Be a throw in to France deep in their own right back spot. Some speculation that Rafael Leao wouldn't stay in the team for this game. Roberto Martinez happy to stick with the same 11 that kicked off against Slovenia. That's a real nervy moment there. Routine throw in for France, back pass to Mike Mannion. Poor bit of control from the AC Milan stopper, and it's going to be a corner to Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo putting the squeeze on him. It seemed to be enough just to affect his concentration, and Bruno Fernandes from the Portuguese left will have another chance to test this French backline. Michael Oliver already having a few words with Pepe. Fernandes goes deep this time, and Mannion atones from his error. That's a clean catch for him. Try and just barrel that down the left-hand side for Mbappe to chase, but Cancelo gets there first on the halfway line. Really smart piece of defending from the Manchester City fullback. He's expected back in Manchester in the next few weeks. Barcelona still pushing to secure a transfer for him. Impressive on loan in Catalonia last year. Finances so far dictating he remains a Manchester City player. Here's Rafael Leao trying to make some space down the Portuguese left. Take on Jules Koundé, on into the box. Leao fizzes it across, almost gathered in by Bernardo Silva, tries to feed it off to João Palhinha. French players are calling for an offside fight there. Referee says no for now. We'll come back to Leao down this left for Portugal. Back to Fernandes, 35 yards from goal. Fernandes thought about the shot. Fernandes goes for it, deflected. There'll be a corner to Portugal. You can see the second that Bruno Fernandes picked that one up, just left of centre, got away from Kolo Muani. He only had one thought in his mind, and that was to see if he could test Mike Mannion. It was William Saliba with the little nick on the edge of the box to divert it out for a set piece. Has already scored at Euro 2024, incidentally, Bruno Fernandes. A 3-0 victory over Turkey in the group stages. Back on corner duty as well now, over on the right hand side this time, headed away by excuse me, headed away by Upamecano. Still awaiting a real meaningful effort on goal to test Mannion or Costa. Got pot shots is the best that's been served up so far. Just a quick reminder that we did mention before kick-off that the winners of tonight's game will take on Spain in the next round. Luis de la Fuente's side with a 2-1 extra time win over Germany. Dani Olmo with a goal off the bench. Florian Wirtz's late equaliser sent it to extra time, and then an even later goal from another Spanish substitute, Mikel Merino, means at the end of the road for the hosts, and La Roca are through to a second successive European Championship semi-final. Throw in to Portugal over on that far right hand side, just in front of the 18-yard box. Bernardo Silva even wanted to take it quickly. There seems to be a pause there from the referee, but he's happy to let play continue. Portugal not really able to work anything from that situation. It's all the way back to Pepe. Now Nuno Mendes just forward from left back over the halfway line. Onto Rafael Leao. France looking to double up on Leao now with Koundé and Kolo Muani going to close him down. He wins the throw in right down in the far left hand corner from a Portuguese perspective. It's been very bright so far, Rafael Leao. Full of tricks and pace, and the referee's actually awarded a corner. Advice to his assistant. Initially it looked as if it had bounced out for a throw in, but it will be another corner for Portugal from this left hand side, and again Fernandes on duty for Roberto Martinez's side. Just to the back post this time, headed away by William Saliba. France have got a chance to break here if they can pick the right pass. Antoine Griezmann, nice touch in field to get France moving. Theo Hernandez, he's got space to raid in down that left hand side, over the halfway line, gathering speed as he tries to feed it back into Kolo Muani. João Palhinha gets there first. Griezmann will nick it off him immediately. Bernardo Silva does really well back at left back there to shut down Griezmann, but France will recycle it over to that far left hand side. Hernandez with the drive, and Diogo Costa with the save. Straight at the Portuguese keeper, but we've had our first strike on target. Theo Hernandez certainly got some power behind that one. Anticipated save for Diogo Costa all day long, but first little strike of intent from the French. Diaz does well there just to get back on the edge of his own box to thwart Kolo Muani. Hernandez, of course, comes into this tournament filled with confidence. Himself and Mike Maignan, Serie A winners with AC Milan at the end of the 23-24 campaign. Such a fluid relationship with Kylian Mbappe down that French left. Bayern wanders back to the World Cup quarter-final against England, and the touch mats and heat maps between them as Kyle Walker tried to shut them down. Here they come again, France down this left again with Kylian Mbappe. Tiptoed on past João Cancelo to the byline, blocked, cleared away by Costa. There's an important touch in there from Vitinha on the edge of the penalty spot. Mbappe just shows in the blink of an eye. When he gets away down that left-hand side into the penalty area, João Cancelo couldn't touch him. He's so quick over a short distance. Fortunately for Portugal, they had bodies back to deal with it. Here's Kante, looking to pop over to that left to give an alternate to Theo Hernandez. His usual metronomic self, former Chelsea and Leicester City man, starting all 5 of France's games at Euro 2024, brought back into the international fold by Didier Deschamps before the tournament. It's been his usual excellent self. Camavinga just tries to hang one into the Portugal box. Angle just a bit too straight for him there, is he? It's too central to get any sort of an angle on the ball. Been shown a replay of that half opportunity for Kylian Mbappe. A piece of defending from Cancelo to get a touch on the cross, and then Vitinha completing the clearance for Portugal. Quarter of the game gone here in Hamburg. Bringing you live audio coverage here on Flashscore UK. Euro 2024 quarter-final action. Portugal 0, France 0. It's Cristiano Ronaldo. Haven't seen too much of him this evening, popping up on the far right hand side for Portugal. Goes to ground under pressure from Theo Hernandez. He wants a free kick. Ronaldo, he stayed down just in front of the France 18-yard box. He's claiming that he was caught on the back of the head by Theo Hernandez. The referee will give him just a moment to get back to his feet. Buffeted by Hernandez there as he tried to just get away from him and get a run at William Saliba. No lasting damage for Cristiano Ronaldo. Switched over to this near side again. Jules Koundé, well advanced from right back inside the France half, inside the Portugal half of the field. 1-2 with Camavinga. Camavinga will go beyond him to try and burst to the dead ball line, but Pepe gets across. It's going to be a free kick against Pepe. He waves his hands in protest against that one. He's eager to get across and barrel into Eduardo Camavinga. Shots aside, we'll have an opportunity now to load one into the box. Too many chances from crossing positions. Let's have a corner. We'll get the chance now. Level with the penalty spot down the French right. Just outside the penalty area. Perfect position for a left foot cross. Here is Griezmann, whips it in. Taking it on. A French player, but not in the direction of the goal. So Hernandez will try and rescue it over on that far side, but Bernardo Silva beats him to it. Loose ball from Silva, picked up on the edge of the box by France. They want to try and keep the pressure on, keep Portugal penned in. Cycling it back into the centre of the pitch here with Camavinga. Turn of pace there. Colomboani eventually just fed into the feet of Kylian Mbappe. Flag us up for offside against the France captain. Puff of the cheeks from Mbappe. Not been his night so far, not been his tournament so far. Player of his quality. Things can change very, very quickly. Of course, we have to get used to calling him a Real Madrid player now. He's finally completed that free transfer move to the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu. Signed off from PSG with a 44-goal season, best ever at club level for Mbappe. No Champions League, of course. Can he convert that frustration in Paris to another title for France? Here's Rafael Leão looking to steal a march down the Portuguese left, up against Jules Koundé. Backs him all the way back to the France penalty area. Again, it's hacked behind for a corner. Diogo Costa on duty this time. And Rafael Leão is causing big, big problems for this French defence. Koundé was missing the support of Colomboani in front of him that time. And Rafael Leão just dragged him backwards and backwards towards his own penalty area. And that burst of pace eventually forcing the corner. Bruno Fernandes once again. Portugal's sixth corner of the game, takes it short to Leão. Leão will go up against Antoine Griezmann this time. Fernandes will just look to curl that one back into the box on the left hand side. Cleared away by France. Nice little layoff there from Mbappe, and France are on the charge here with N'Golo Kante. Can he find the ball into Mbappe? Good covering defending there from Nuno Mendes, but Mbappe will keep it in play down by the dead ball line on the France right. Backed up by Griezmann on the edge of the Portugal area. Griezmann with the curler. Back off Colomboani. Can France keep this going? Hernandez with the cross, blocked. Now Camavinga with the drive. It's over the top of Diogo Costa's goal. Just popping up from that left-sided number 8 position, Eduardo Camavinga. Perfectly entitled to go from that one. 22 yards from goal. Never really troubling Diogo Costa though. Half an hour played here. As expected, tight and tetchy between the two 2016 finalists. Just that one effort on target from Theo Hernandez. Pretty much even Stevens in terms of possession as well. 55 for Portugal, 45 for France. Two talismen yet to hit full gear. Very quiet opening for Cristiano Ronaldo. We've seen some flashes from Kylian Mbappe. Here's Bruno Fernandes. Just forced to turn back on the centre circle under pressure from Antoine Griezmann. Eventually makes its way out to Nuno Fernandes. Just steps over the halfway line from left back for Portugal. Again, Rafael Leão is the target. He'll look to drive against that byline when Upamecano comes across. The ball into the near post, gathered in by Mike Maignan. Rafael Leão is the out ball for Portugal. France and Didier Deschamps will have to do something about that, likely before half-time. He is causing plenty of problems. Here's a man who can cause a few. Kylian Mbappe. Just tries to tiptoe his way down the left-hand side, past the 18-yard line of the Portugal box, and he's Won a corner from João Palhinha, won a throw-in, sorry, from João Palhinha. Tried a trick just to get away from the Portugal number 6 there, but good patience from João Palhinha. Throw-in eventually worked the field. It's a nice little touch around the corner from Mbappe. Mwani wrestling with Pepe on the edge of the Portugal box. A really good piece of defending there from Pepe. Refused to let Mwani get a shot off. Portugal players are appealing for a foul as Vitinha's forced to concede a throw-in. Down by the corner flag on the French right. Jules Koundé will go backwards with the throw-in though. Camavinga just tries to lift that one into Kylian Mbappe, but Costa's quick to it. Good thinking there from Kylian Mbappe. João Cancelo would advance just a little too quickly and there's a space to dart into. Portugal build again. Bruno Fernandes shuffled over to the right hand side now, midway inside the France half of the field. French press just forcing Fernandes and then Palhinha to go backwards again. Really does seem to be the pattern of France games at this tournament. If there is to be a goal, it is going to be late on. Kylian Mbappe's spot kick against Poland, 56 minutes, and that own goal from Jan Vertonghen against Belgium, 85. Portugal no strangers to a late goal themselves in the last few weeks. Francesco Conceição's winner off the bench to pick up a 2-1 victory against the Czech Republic. They haven't scored in their last 2 games. Lost 2-0 to Georgia in the final group match and then shut out in 90 and 120 minutes against Slovenia. Spot kicks booking their place in the quarter-finals. Here's Kolo, here's Koundé. There's a burst forward again from right back for France. Travelled well here to the edge of the 18-yard box. Can he find a cross in? He does. Headed away on that far post by João Cancelo. Picked up by Kylian Mbappe. Get a chance to dart at the French defence. Into the feet of Griezmann. Back with Mbappe now on the corner of the Portugal 18-yard box. Over on that left-hand channel that Mbappe loves so much. Again, France forced to work it back over here to Jules Koundé. N'Golo Kante thought about the shot there, Kante, but he's immediately put under pressure by João Palhinha. It's instead for Camavinga, ball into the box to Griezmann, cleared behind for a corner. It's an intricate play there from France, just trying to pick a hole in the Portuguese defence inside their own 18-yard box. Fernandes getting back to do the dirty work. Griezmann to come and take this set piece for France. Left footed for the right hand side. Goes short, Griezmann to Jules Koundé, back with Griezmann. They find a cross here from the dead ball line, hangs it into the far post. Eventually just bounces again all the way through to Mbappe. This is something that has been mentioned by journalists building up to this game, and Didier Deschamps himself, the need for players to create chances in open play, not to be too reliant on Mbappe. Camavinga there just forced backwards on the edge of the box by Pepe. Just to feed it in for the run of Theo Hernandez, and this is out. Griezmann will give chase and concede to throw in. Work there from Griezmann, just to make sure that it wasn't an easy ball to be played out from the left back position by Portugal. dicey defensive decision there between Nuno Mendes and Pepe, but they get away with it. Long ball into the left-hand channel. Ronaldo will go stride for stride with Saliba. Really good defending there from the Arsenal man. Just too strong for Ronaldo inside the box. Be remiss, of course, not to mention the questions that have been raised about the Al Nassr superstar. Still such an important player, but a divisive figure for Portugal. Tchouameni squares that across the edge of the 18-yard line of the Portugal box. Koundé will try and find a cross in, but good positioning from Pepe on the edge of the 6-yard box. Clearance is deflected. Bernardo Silva will have to pop in and help him out. Throw in one for Portugal. The left-hand side, midway in their own half of the field. Cristiano Ronaldo, similarly to Kylian Mbappe, comes in on the back of a brilliant club season. 50 goals scored for Al Nassr. Scored in his last 5 successive European Championships. Another record smashed by him as he appears in his 6th here in Germany this summer. He is yet to find the back of the net. 10 goals in qualification, but in the tournament he's yet to fire. Is Vitinha. Just a step in through the centre of the France half of the field. Forced out to João Cancelo. Portugal trying to build something on the right hand side, down the side of the France 18-yard box. So it's good defending there from William Saliba just to get there in front of Bernardo Silva. Mike Maignan with the clearance. And so impressive, William Saliba. There's doubts before the tournament whether he would be starting. It seemed to be a toss-up between himself and Liverpool's Ibrahima Konate. He's been given the nod by Deschamps. He's been rock solid ever since. Ball just whipped across the French area by João Cancelo. Koundé on duty to keep Rafael Leao away from it. Defending from the Barcelona man, who repurposed as a right back at club level this season, and he's found himself a permanent home with the national team as well. Work back over to Mbappe. Some poor ball into Griezmann from him. He's anticipating the little dart into the 6-yard box from the Atletico Madrid man. Just dribbles out for a goal kick in the end. Should of course mention the other big Cristiano Ronaldo stat that's been swirling around before this game. 19 shots at Euro 2024, 8 of those on target, top in both of those statistic measures. But he's yet to find the back of the net. Kept out by Jan Oblak from the penalty spot in the round of 16 against Slovenia. And he's not scored in his last 8 major tournament appearances. Leao will win himself another throw-in. Camavinga, the latest to come across to help out Jules Koundé. Portugal have a chance here. Level with the edge of the France 18-yard box, but it's tossed backwards by Nuno Mendes. Will we have an opportunity before the break? Real chess match so far here. Plenty of quality on display for both teams, but pressure of knockout stage football, and it's been a pretty tepid campaign for both of them so far, as Silva looks to hang one into the box. Race to the dead ball line down the Portugal right hand side, but it's again Koundé keeping a watchful eye on Rafael Leao. Camavinga will spread that one over to the French left. Lovely touch from Theo Hernandez. Aurélien Tchouameni. Kante, Griezmann. France trying to fashion an opportunity over on that left hand side. Camavinga will switch it to Koundé. He's come all the way forward, tries to knock one into the box, headed away by Pepe. There's Ronaldo. A few miles away from home there, Cristiano Ronaldo back in his own half. Helping out with some defensive work. He's growing a little bit frustrated that he's not seeing too much of the ball. Roberto Martinez will not want him back playing defensive midfield, that's for sure. Here is a defensive midfielder, Vitinha. He does well there to get in front of Antoine Griezmann. Moves Portugal forward onto the edge of the France box. Nice feet from him to get away from Camavinga, but good recovery from the Real Madrid man. It's given away though. It'll be a free kick to Portugal. It's clumsy from Kolo Muani. Poor touch initially, and then he just caught Vitinha. 25 yards from goal. Slightly left of centre, you know what's coming. At the risk of jinxing myself, the famous number that's been flying around relating to Ronaldo and free kicks is 50 attempted at major tournaments, just 1 scored. There is absolutely no discussion over who will be taking this one. 42 minutes on the clock. Michael Oliver just trying to organise the French wall here. It's a good angle for Ronaldo if he takes this on, which I'm absolutely confident that he will. France have got 7 players in the wall. Portugal will throw a couple in to try and disrupt. What about that? Bruno Fernandes has pulled rank on Cristiano Ronaldo to take a quick free kick, my word. I don't think even Cristiano Ronaldo was aware of that one. Curled just past the post by Fernandes. I think everybody here in Hamburg was expecting that to be a dummy from Fernandes. Might be an interesting little chat between the former and current Manchester United stars at half-time. Portugal player down off the ball here. So it is Fernandes who's collided with his rival number 8, Aurelien Tchouameni. Got back up onto his feet though. 2 minutes of normal time to play here in the first half in this crunch Euro 2024 quarter-final. Portugal 0, France 0. Clash with Spain next week. It's the golden prize for whoever wins tonight. Of course, if you needed any reminder, somebody does have to be declared as the victor this evening. If it takes extra time and penalties, so be it. Somebody will be going home tonight. Cristiano Ronaldo or Kylian Mbappe, only one of them can continue. Switch from left to right for Portugal. Well dealt with by Theo Hernandez. France look to see if they can conjure something up before the break. As Koundé is caught there by Rafael Leao. France players assumed that was going to be a free kick, but Michael Oliver says no. Bruno Fernandes just tries to twist away from Tchouameni on the halfway line, but Tchouameni gets back to win it. Nice little touch there from Ronaldo to keep Portugal in possession. Played all the way across to João Cancelo. Space for him to dart into there with Mbappe not tracking him, but Hernandez and Kante will shuffle him backwards. Now Palhinha switches just inside the France half of the field back to Leao. Now Vitinha immediately squeeze from Camavinga. Now Leao again, he wants to get one-on-one with Koundé. Kolo Muani's learnt his lesson from last time and is back helping out now to try and keep Portugal's danger man away from it, and Vitinha will just try and dink that one into the box, but Maignan gets there before Fernandes. Clever idea there from Vitinha. Can't imagine we'll have a great amount of added time. Just tick into the final few seconds. It's a Premier League double act on the assistant referee roster. Stuart Burt and Dan Cook, alongside Michael Oliver, of course. His third game at Euro 2024. He refereed Germany's 2-0 win over Denmark in the previous round. Famous, of course, for a storm delay. And that is that. There's going to be no added time here in Hamburg. Goalless at the break on Flash Score UK. It's not been a cracker, but it has been a tense and tight encounter between Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal and Kylian Mbappe's France. But at the break, it is Portugal 0, France 0. Costa in goal, João Cancelo, Ruben Dias, Pepe and Nuno Mendes in defence, Vitinha, João Palhinha, Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes, Rafael Leao and Cristiano Ronaldo. And for France, Mike Maignan in goal, Jules Koundé, Dayot Upamecano, William Saliba, Theo Hernandez, N'Golo Kante, Aurelien Tchouameni, Eduardo Camavinga, Antoine Griezmann, Randal Kolo Muani and of course Kylian Mbappe. What's been an incredibly cagey opening affair here, set to continue in that pattern. Anybody tuning in at half-time expecting this to be a thriller, I think I can quite confidently say we're not expecting it to rain goals in Hamburg this evening. France only managing 4 goals so far in the tournament, 3 goals, two of them own goals and one of them an Mbappe penalty. Portugal goalless in their last 2 games. Is Bernardo Silva taking up a right-hand sided position for Portugal in the second half. He drifted in the opening 45 minutes, switched back across to the left now with Rafael Leao. Silva's gone all the way over to back him up there. Cross lofted in. Theo Hernandez will just nudge that back into the arms of the France goalkeeper Mike Maignan. You can almost feel the tension in the air here. Either side want to make a mistake, potentially deny their team a spot in the semi-finals. Every pass, tackle, carefully measured. Theo Hernandez looks to get forward down the left-hand side for France, finds Antoine Griezmann, but he slips on the edge of the area. Vitinha's away here for Portugal. Good work there from Eduardo Camavinga just to track him all the way to the halfway line. Griezmann losing his footing at the vital moment. We get to see a booking here this evening, but yellow cards could well be a factor as the game progresses. Both teams with a raft of players who were just 1 yellow card away from missing a possible semi-final. Kylian Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, Aurelien Tchouameni and Antoine Griezmann for France. Really good challenge there from João Cancelo on Theo Hernandez right on the dead ball line. Hernandez has rolled off the pitch injured, but play has continued. João Palhinha just hoofs it away for a throw-in over on that far side. Hernandez is back on the field now, indicating to the ref that he is okay. And if you thought that was a lengthy list for France, Portugal's possible naughty step includes João Palhinha, Cristiano Ronaldo, Francisco Conceição, Pedro Neto, Ruben Neves and João Cancelo. Mbappe looks to curl one from the edge of the box, the first chance on target for France's main man this evening. Easy stuff though for Diogo Costa. Neatly worked there with N'Golo Kante, just bursting off the left flank. Mbappe straight at Diogo Costa. Here's Vitinha, Bruno Fernandes. He's playing keep ball on the halfway line, the 2 Portuguese midfielders. Fernandes not happy with the lack of movement in front of him. Mendes has done well there in his gamble to get in behind Koundé. Upamecano comes across, Mendes goes down. It looked to be a decision for Michael Oliver to make there, but he immediately indicated no foul. Nuno Mendes didn't protest too significantly. Every time a player goes down inside the penalty area in the Euro 2024, you hold your breath. We are being shown a replay there. It's really close. Mendes was anticipating the contact from Upamecano. France will try and build themselves forward. Griezmann with the slide rule ball into the left hand side of the box for Kante, but it's shut out by Portugal. Work back to Tchouameni, he can hit them from here. Blocked by Palhinha. Goes kindly for Ronaldo. Bruno Fernandes with the long ball over the top, just tries to release Leao in behind down the Portugal left, but Mike Manuel will go across to his own corner flag to pick that one up. Not literally, of course. Portugal back in position now. Long ball forward, tries to release Mbappe in behind. Good defending there from Ruben Diaz. Watch that all the way back into his own area to head it away. Picked up by Griezmann. Jules Koundé marches forward from right back into the Portuguese half of the field. Steered back across to this near left hand side. Theo Hernandez all the way up in line with the Portugal box, and he's on into the area. Can he find it for Kolo Muani? The breakdown in communication there as Muani, well, there's a gamble on that ball from Theo Hernandez. Just held his run, possibly anticipating a cutback. And if he'd just thrown himself at that one, France may have found themselves with an opener. Here's Hernandez again. Tchouameni will loft that over to the right hand side. Jules Koundé advanced all the way to the dead ball line down the France right, but another ball wasted across the Portuguese box. Sight of that from Kylian Mbappe, which will be shown a quick replay of it here. Unlikely to catch out a goalkeeper of Diogo Costa's capabilities. It has been pretty much exclusively France since we've restarted here in Hamburg. Bernardo Silva tries a rather ambitious crossfield baller across his own penalty area. Nuno Mendes scamper across to pick that up by the corner flag. Play there from Portugal just to play through the first stage of the French press on the edge of their own box. Now Vitinha. Cristiano Ronaldo switched over to the left hand side now, trying to feed Rafael Leao moving in front of him, but Upamecano gets across, makes the block. Taken throw in by Portugal. Ronaldo wins himself a corner, bangs his hands together to try and rally the Portuguese troops. Camavinga, who got a foot in there, just spins behind for a Portugal corner. First one of the second half. With Bruno Fernandes again from the Portuguese left. Float this one to the edge of the 6-yard box. Silva nods it down. There's nobody gambling on that. Cancelo will hook it back in. Mannion with the punch. Really important intervention from the France keeper there. Portugal will keep the pressure up over on that left hand side. Leao couldn't keep it going, and France have got a chance for a break here. Griezmann leads the charge through the centre of the pitch. He's got runners either side of him. He's taken down there. The referee going to pull this back for a foul earlier on in the passage of play. Michael Oliver's got himself a few decisions to sort out here in quick succession. The Portuguese players are claiming a foul against Kylian Mbappe, who's gone down in a heap. Michael Oliver just check on the France captain. He's been in the wars at the tournament. Ball to the face there as he was helping out in defence from the Bernardo Silva knockdown. Michael Oliver has opted to bring it all the way back. Vitinha very kindly picking up Michael Oliver's yellow card there as well. Thought we were going to have a comedy moment with Vitinha issuing the first booking of the evening. Decided against it. Never know whether Michael Oliver is in the mood for jokes or not. sign of any changes just yet from Didier Deschamps or Roberto Martinez. He knew a great deal about that piece of defending Kylian Mbappe, but it was an important intervention. Silva trying to knock it down for Pepe. Interested to see if Michael Oliver does retrospectively go back to the foul on Antoine Griezmann. His initial concern was on Mbappe. Mbappe's back up on his feet, and be ushered back on in just a moment or two. France temporarily down to 10. Bernardo Silva onto Vitinha, who just scampers through the middle of the pitch. Feeds it over to the far left-hand side for Portugal. Leao, again, looking to go one-on-one with Koundé. Just delivers that behind Cristiano Ronaldo inside the box. Hands in the air time from the Portuguese captain. Growing more and more irritated as the time ticks on. Anybody who remembers the Euro 2016 final between these two teams will know that they're both perfectly capable of going the distance. Too many long-lasting squad members in either panel, of course. Rui Patricio and Danilo were on the bench for Portugal tonight. Obviously the eternal Pepe and Ronaldo were both starters in that success for Portugal. Antoine Griezmann, the only player to start that final and tonight. Coman, who's on the bench, was a substitute. N'Golo Kante was an unused substitute that night. For anybody looking to take a flick back in the history books, Eder, the match winner for Portugal famously, as Fernando Santos' team emerged victorious in Paris. With an hour gone here in the German city of Hamburg, we are no closer to a breakthrough. Just that one attempt on target for Mbappe. Nothing doing so far for Cristiano Ronaldo. Portugal just looked to build a bit of possession in their own half of the field. Switched over to this near right-hand side with João Cancelo. Vitinha, Fernandes, both immediately pressed back into their own half of the field by Kante and Tchouaméni. There's Pepe. It's a dink one over that first line of the French press, and Rafael Leao's got away from Camavinga here. He's on into the box. Can he find a ball across? Deflected behind for a corner. Sharp work there from Eduardo Camavinga, covering again for Jules Koundé. Once more it's Rafael Leao carrying the Portuguese threat. Really important foot in there from Camavinga to concede the corner. First start of the tournament for the Real Madrid man. He's voiced his frustration at lack of action. He certainly proved himself an able deputy for Adrien Rabiot this evening. Corner from Fernandes, cleared to the edge of the box. Bernardo Silva will pick it up. Again, he's short on options in front of him. Backed up by his Manchester City colleague Ruben Diaz. Now Vitinha, midway inside the France half of the field, tries to lift it into the box. Fernandes will dash in there with Koundé, but Mannion emerges with the ball. Pass there from France as they tried to break out. Tchouaméni trying to release N'Golo Kante down the right hand side. Didier Deschamps has sent out a flurry of substitutes to warm up as he plots his plan for the next 30 minutes of normal time. Olivier Giroud, Marcus Thuram, Ousmane Dembélé, all potential options for the French. This ball there from Bernardo Silva into Bruno Fernandes, and that's a save from Mike Mannion. French defence were caught out for the first time this evening. It's the two Premier League stars linking up, and João Cancelo will try and curl one as he gets inside the box, past the right hand post for Mike Maignan. Well, that was a chance for Portugal, and there haven't been too many this evening. Fernandes just stole away from his midfield runner, fizzed it low across the box on the right hand side. Maignan got a strong hand on it. Cristiano Ronaldo unable to gobble up the spare. France get away with it. Not an easy take for Bruno Fernandes. He had the momentum with him as he tried to go back across goal. Maignan with the stop. Those thin margins though, particularly based on the types of games that these two sides have been involved in at the tournament, will prove to be absolutely crucial. Here's Tchouaméni, tries to lift that one into the left hand channel. Mbappe will leave that for Theo Hernandez. Cut back to Mbappe, back on this corner of the 18-yard box down the left hand side. Lays it in field to Kante, loses possession to João Palhinha. He's backed up by William Saliba. Now Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni's going to drive one, and that is a wild attempt from the Real Madrid man. It almost went out for a throw-in, just couldn't get his technique right. Best option there was probably to put his laces through it, but he tried to bend it and curl it past Diogo Costa. An opportunity for Fernandes to go down as the best one of the night so far. It's been half chances really up until that. Here is Leao, tries to square it across the box. Vitinha saved by Maignan. Cristiano Ronaldo again saved by Maignan. The pace of Leao once again causing problems for France. Be too much for Jules Koundé down the left hand side into the French box, squared across for Vitinha. Fantastic initial early save from Mike Maignan as it spanned to Cristiano Ronaldo, the France keeper, back on his feet to make the save. With two chances inside 4 minutes for Portugal, and Mike Maignan, well, for the first time in this tournament, is the French hero. The Vitinha effort took him by surprise. He just stuck out an arm to make the block. And the save from Ronaldo was all about gathering his thoughts as quickly as possible, shepherding it behind for a corner. And the two biggest chances of the evening have gone Portugal's way, as Fernandes' corner is headed away. Crucially, they haven't managed to find a way past the AC Milan man. 65 minutes gone here. I don't think anybody expected a goal fest between two teams that have struggled to create chances and score goals at the tournament. It's been an engaging watch all the same. opportunity here now for both sides to go for it in the closing stages. Just a little over 20 minutes still to play. João Cancelo back in possession for Portugal. Long ball again in the direction of Rafael Leao, but it's been cut out by Jules Koundé. Introduction of Ousmane Dembele has added something to France in the last few minutes. He's determined to take his opportunity. Profile, of course, to Antoine Griezmann, the creativity and passing of the Atletico Madrid veteran, but the speed and direct running of Dembele will give a different issue for Portugal to have to cope with in these final 20 minutes of normal time. Portugal again, building down this far left-hand side. Bernardo Silva back on to Rafael Leao. Continues to be the danger man for Portugal. Burst past Jules Koundé again to the byline. Can he find a cutback? Camavinga with the touch. Tchouaméni with the header away on the edge of the France box. N'Golo Kante quickly on the scene to deal with that for France. It's a few nervous moments at both ends of the field. Dembele and Mbappe causing problems for Portugal, and Rafael Leao continuing to be a thorn in the side for France. Camavinga powers forward from left back, switched over to that far side now with Dembele. He'll go one-on-one with the box up against Nuno Mendes, blocked by, and it falls so kindly for Eduardo Camavinga, and he steers it just past the post. France's best chance of the night, and it's Ousmane Dembele at the heart of it, breezes past Nuno Mendes. Pepe goes across, gets the block in, and it spins into the path of Eduardo Camavinga. Ruben Diaz dives in to put some pressure. Camavinga's effort spins past the far post. Diogo Costa goes to ground to make the save. He wasn't getting near that. And France's biggest opportunity of the night flies past the post. Frustration for Eduardo Camavinga. The France substitutes were watching that on the big screen here in the Volks Park Stadion. They're in as much disbelief as I am. And maybe now we'll have an opportunity for this contest to step up a gear in the final 15 or so minutes. Here is Dembele back on the halfway line for France. Just curls that one over to this near left-hand side. Theo Hernandez will burst forward from left-back for France. Eventually shuffled in field by Bernardo Silva. Camavinga, Aurelien Tchouaméni, the two Real Madrid men linking up for France. Back over to Jules Koundé. Portugal looking a little bit ragged since the induction of Ousmane Dembele, and he just fizzes that one into the box, cleared away by Portugal. Tchouaméni will hunt it down on halfway line to get France turned around again. Hernandez now. France pushing Portugal all the way back. All 11 Portuguese players back inside their own half of the field. Even Cristiano Ronaldo is reduced to a presser. Roberto Martinez is deep in conversation with his coaching staff and will be anticipating a change or two in the next few minutes. Nelson Semedo is stripped and ready for action for Portugal, but they need the ball to get out of play before he can come on. No indication yet that Cristiano Ronaldo will be replaced as the game ticks on. Here's Dembele, just storms past Rafael Leao to the byline. Pepe with the clearance, throw in for France. What a weapon Dembele has been since he's come on. As effective as Rafael Leao has been down that flank, bursting forward from the left for Portugal. Dembele has certainly given France a new gear, a freshness that they've needed. for France here in the last few moments. William Saliba just steps over the halfway line. Now Theo Hernandez. France just looking to work the ball from left to right, trying to find an opening, trying to find an opportunity just to pierce through that Portugal defence. Shumane, Koundé, well advanced from right back up on the edge of the Portugal 18-yard box. Dembele again with the ball in. Palhinha gets a foot to make the block. Dembele will try and get there before Mendes. Thought about the penalty appeal there, Ousmane Dembele. It's his PSG teammate, of course, in Nuno Mendes. They know each other perfectly well. Back into the feet of Dembele. France are going right through him now, and Dembele with the strike just sails past the far post. Diogo Costa happy to watch that one go by. We'll now get our changes. 2 for Roberto Martinez. João Cancelo for Nelson Semedo. It's a straight swap at right back for Portugal. The Wolverhampton Wanderers defender coming on to freshen things up. Bruno Fernandes replaced by Francisco Conceição, match winner in the group stages against the Czech Republic, of course. If there was to be a potential look towards a penalty shootout, that's still, of course, a very, very long way away here. Bruno Fernandes would have been on the list of options for Roberto Martinez, but no longer. João Cancelo as well, potentially, of course. Semedo and Conceição are on. Semedo and Fernandes are 15 minutes of normal time to go here. Switched over to the far left-hand side for Portugal. Nuno Mendes just checks back in field to Bernardo Silva. Silva has taken up a central role after Bruno Fernandes is gone. Francisco Conceição has gone up into attack alongside Cristiano Ronaldo and Rafael Leao. With Vitinha, Silva and Palhinha in the Portuguese midfield. They're going 3 for 3 against France now. Palhinha with the switch from the centre circle to this near right hand side. It's Semedo up from right back, supported by Conceição. First little involvement for both substitutes. Work back in field to João Palhinha. Now Vitinha. Both teams just probing and pressing and trying to see if they can find an angle, find an opportunity. Low-key night for their respective main men, of course. Mbappe, Ronaldo goalless in the tournament. Mbappe just with that penalty to his name so far at Euro 2024. It's been a vintage campaign for either of them, but a winner in this game will likely forgive quite a few of those misfiring evenings that we've had from them so far. Palhinha into the feet of Ruben Dias. He's pushed forward into the right back spot for Portugal. Nelson Semedo's gone high and wide down this right hand side. Vitinha just takes over possession from Pepe inside the centre circle. Nudges himself into the France half of the field. It's played over to Nuno Mendes. I think we're going to be in for a lot of this in the final stages. Both teams absolutely terrified of making a mistake, just trying to carousel possession, try and draw their opposition out onto them. Of course, there is so much at stake. That battle with Spain in the semi-final is the reward from whoever comes out on top this evening, but it's easy to see why they'd be cautious. Both sides knocked out in the round of 16 at the 2022 World Cup, so they've bettered that already, regardless of what happens tonight. Portugal followed up their Euro 2016 win with a round of 16 exit to Belgium. Don't have the greatest record on the European stage. No mistake there, they knocked out in the quarter-finals of the 2022 World Cup. It was a round of 16 exit in 2018 for Portugal. Apologies to any Portugal fans frustrated about that one. A free kick here to Portugal. Vitinha just bustled off the ball by N'Golo Kante midway inside the France half of the field. So Mawani, who initially had a few shirt pulls at Vitinha. Kante finished off the job. Ronaldo looked as if he was going to step out and eye that one up for a shot, but Portugal are taking it quickly. Work to Mendes, Leao, back to Vitinha. France's major tournament record, of course, is slightly more sparkled under Didier Deschamps, world champions back in 2018 in Russia, defeated by Argentina, of course, in the 2022 final in Qatar. Mbappe's penalty miss against Switzerland saw them knocked out in the round of 16 at Euro 2020. Semedo tries to burst in behind here and cause a problem. He's won a corner for Portugal. Eduardo Camavinga again racing in behind his defence to help out. Chance here for France to load one into the box. For Portugal to load one into the box. Bernardo Silva to come over to take it from the near side, left-footed from the Portugal right. Fernandes, of course, withdrawn, so Silva on set-piece duty, punched away by Mike Maignan on the edge of his 6-yard box, nodded back in by Vitinha, but cleared away again by France. All hands to the pump for Didier Deschamps' side as Portugal appeal for a handball there as France tried to build out of it. Mbappe, Palhinha goes to the ground. Rafael Leao had a little tug at Jules Koundé there as he tried to get away. It's going to be João Palhinha, I think, that goes into the book for this. He is, of course, on that suspension list, or suspension risk list. Just get a fair bit of the ball as he goes in on Mbappe. Just catch the masked French captain. And that is a booking for João Palhinha. And if Portugal do get through tonight's test, he will not be available against Spain in the semi-final. It's been a running theme in this game, waiting for the first card. And João Palhinha finds his name in Michael Oliver's notebook. 10 minutes of normal time still to go here in Hamburg. Chances have been few and far between. Mike Maignan and Diogo Costa, though, when called upon, have stepped in. Maignan with a really important save before Bruno Fernandes departed. Dembele's caused a few ruffles for the Portuguese defence, but Diogo Costa has stood firm so far. Here's Jules Koundé, just advanced over the halfway line from right back for France. Worked the field to Kante. There's a slip there from Portugal, and the space here for Kante. If he can lift the cross in, it's an easy take though for Diogo Costa. N'Golo Kante in that type of position. We know that he's not a natural goal scorer in midfielder. He's found himself in a position where he could have had a crack a few times this evening. Has scored for France, 3 goals in his 61 international appearances for Le Bleu. Goal scoring is certainly not his strong point. France come, Portugal come again down this near right hand side. Nelson Semedo just works it in over the halfway line to Ruben Diaz. Now Pepe. France again happy to drop off when Portugal are just parading the ball across their back four. Mbappe and midfield players around him just looking to conserve their energy. They know that extra time is a very, very realistic proposition at this stage. The first time they've gone to extra time at Euro 2024, they just about got the job done in normal time against Belgium. A late own goal was enough to edge them over the line. Portugal, of course, survived 120 minutes and penalties against Slovenia. Vitinha tries to fizz a cross in from that left-hand side, but it's Kante who gets across to make the block. Nuno Mendes will take the throw in for Portugal. The game has absolutely descended to a walking pace here. One mistake, one opportunity now will certainly decide the fate of both teams. Spain fans will be watching on with plenty of interest. There was far more excitement in their game, it must be said. Dani Olmo's second half goal cancelled out in the dying seconds of normal time by Florian Wirtz. And then with less than 2 minutes before a penalty shootout, Mikel Merino getting on the end of a Dani Olmo cross to knock the hosts out of the competition. Spain have been spectacular at Euro 2024 and passed that crucial test against the host nation. They are the first team through to the semi-finals. Ronaldo just loses out on that tussle over on the left-hand side to Kante. It's a poor ball played forward by France. Bernardo Silva will keep it in play on this near side. Kylian Mbappe will battle back with it. Silva goes to the ground. He wanted a free kick there. Referee says no. Now Saliba just looking to calmly ease that into midfield for Camavinga. On to Mbappe. Silva's back on his feet, snapping away at the heels of Mbappe, and Camavinga goes down on the halfway line. Again, referee says no foul. Theo Hernandez has hurdled over a tackle from Vitinha. Michael Oliver's let that one go as well here, and Conceição blocked off by Saliba on the edge of the box. It's going to be a free kick to Portugal. Booking for Saliba. Possibility of booking for Eduardo Camavinga as well. That's something that he said to the referee afterwards. Michael Oliver happy to just let Camavinga away with a caution there. With it telling off there. It's a caution for William Saliba. He's not on that suspension risk list for France. It was a deliberate foul right on the corner of the France box. Conceição bursting forward down the right hand side, and an opportunity here to create something. Cristiano Ronaldo lurking with intent. It's not the side of the pitch that he normally goes from, and before there is any sign of this being taken, there is some concern for Conceição. Just calling the Portuguese medical team onto the pitch to check on the Porto winger. Both sides deep in thought here as we prepare for this set piece. Obviously the chances at both ends. Fernandes, Dembele have come the closest to breaking through. Ronaldo is going to come across to take this. Taking up the assumed position. Very awkward angle if he is going to strike this right on the corner of the 18-yard box, down the Portuguese right. He's going to go with this right foot, so he's going to have to angle it around the French wall. Just slams it straight into the three bodies guarding the France goal. Nice from a free kick for Ronaldo once again. Vitinha will try a looping effort from that far left hand side. It's deflected behind for a corner. Portugal are ending the game stronger. Didier Deschamps is going to squeeze in a substitute here as we tick into the final 4 minutes. Marcus Thuram on for Randal Kolo Muani. Two attacking changes from Didier Deschamps. Griezmann and Muani withdrawn. Dembele already on, and now Marcus Thuram thrown into the mix. His first job is going to be to get back into the France box to defend this corner kick though. Portugal have brought all their big hitters forward. Pepe, Diaz, waiting patiently. Vitinha's delivery. Goes to the near post, headed away by N'Golo Kante. Conceição scurries back to get there first, and he'll take no risks. Fires it all the way back to Diogo Costa. At the risk of jinxing myself, both teams do seem happy to just trudge on into extra time. Very, very little to separate them in 90 minutes. Sporadic mix of half chances, and then those two big opportunities for France. Kolo Muani denied by Cancelo, and then Dembele curling one just past the post, and Mike Mannion earning his corn with a save from Bruno Fernandes. Perhaps kicking in here. Neither team wanting to risk it, wanting to overstep the mark. Conceição just steps in off that right hand side just to curl it across field to Leao. Koundé does well to get there in front of Leao. Mendes will pick up the loose ball, feeds it back onto Leao. Koundé back on the edge of his own box though, makes the block, and Mbappe, who switched onto this right hand side, can lead a break for France. It's Kante bursting through the middle of the pitch. Can he get his head up and find a ball? Dembele down the left hand side now, space for Theo Hernandez on the overlap. Squared across to Kante on the edge of the box. Kante with the drive into the gloves of Costa, who said that he doesn't like a shot. He took that one on. No real trouble for Diogo Costa though. Straight down the throat to the Porto keeper. Wasn't really too much on for him. Dembele and Mbappe had advanced beyond him, but they were already picked up by Portuguese defenders inside the box, and pot shot was probably the best option. Here's Semedo to burst forward for Portugal. Hung into the box by Conceição, headed away by William Saliba. Mbappe back on the left hand side now, is helping out in left back, but it's a poor ball in field, and Kante will have to scrap with Vitinha for that one. Does well to win it for France. Camavinga with the turnover. And Dembele has a chance to race down the right hand side here. There's plenty of Portuguese bodies back, but can he find the ball? Thuram with the touch. Pepe hammers it away from inside the Portuguese area. Flag up for offside. Calls a halt to proceedings. Important clearance then from Pepe. Got himself back in position. Might be a chance for one more chance. Do better than that, Kante. With a shot on target for the Al Nassr man. Again, just bounces one from the edge of the area into the gloves of Diogo Costa. There is going to be another change from Roberto Martinez as you move into added time. Ruben Neves receiving his final instructions from the manager. Vitinha, possibly the player to be replaced. Bernardo Silva's another option. João Palhinha, of course, already on a booking. He will miss the semi-final against Spain if Portugal progress through tonight's test. 30 seconds with the normal 90 remaining. Pepe looking to keep possession over on that far left-hand side with Nuno Mendes, player of his experience, of course, knows there's no need to rush. There will be another 30 minutes. There will, of course, possibly be penalties. Portugal have already passed one penalty shootout examination in this tournament. It'd be a first for France in Euro 2024. Conceição just tries to tickle his way down the right-hand side. Leads it into Semedo, only half cleared by Saliba. That's a big block from the Arsenal defender. Sat up nicely for Bernardo Silva inside the France area. And he just threw himself in front of it to make the block. France are going to try and break away here. Thuram's got the run on Pepe, and Pepe straining every sinew. Does well to get back to him, but Thuram keeps possession. He needs an option inside the box here, Marcus Thuram, and brilliant stuff from Pepe to get back in. He punches the air. Anybody who hadn't seen him in action before this tournament would struggle to believe that is a 41-year-old centre-back. Stayed with Marcus Thuram on into the box, made the tackle at the expense of a corner for France, but has denied an opportunity for the substitute to create something for France there. I think Roberto Martinez might just hold back on this substitution, possibly into extra time. He doesn't want to disrupt his marking system from the corner. Dembele hangs one into the box, bounces through to Mbappe on the edge of the area. Can he curl one? He can. Well off target from France's number 10. He's not had his radar on again this evening. And it is going to be João Palhinha that's withdrawn for Ruben Neves. Martinez sensibly just not wanting to make that switch during the set piece. João Palhinha withdrawn. Potentially his final act of Euro 2024. He won't play in the semi-final. Player replacing him, Ruben Neves, is also walking a tightrope. It'll be something that former Wolves man will need to keep an eye on in extra time. And that is certainly where we are heading. No goals, no breakthrough in Hamburg. Two of the biggest stars at Euro 2024 are yet to show themselves. Cristiano Ronaldo, a very, very quiet evening for him here in Hamburg. Kylian Mbappe has seen a bit more of the action. He's yet to sprinkle his stardust on this one. Final opportunity for Portugal to come forward. Francesco Conceição down this right-hand side, just checks in field to Bernardo Silva. Try and drive on towards the edge of the box here. Conceição forced in field from that right-hand side. Now Neves, all about hanging and crossing from the right-hand side. Semedo back with Neves, who'll curl one. Tchouameni with the block on the edge of the area. France just looking to ease the pressure and tick through the additional 3 minutes. Dembele wants it on the right hand side if Koundé can find him. Portugal have got bodies back here, and Mendes will go to block Dembele, but Dembele's found an angle onto Mbappe on the edge of the area, curled straight into the gloves, and Diogo Costa never looked confident taking that one on Kylian Mbappe. Dembele ran out of options himself as he darted in from the right hand side. Michael Oliver just gives his watch a quick check as he ticks towards the end of normal time, and that is it for the first 90 minutes here of Euro 2024 quarter-final action. No break in the deadlock as we move towards extra time here on Flash Score UK. It is France 0, Portugal 0. We'll be back with extra time in just a few moments. 2024 action here on Flashscore UK. No goals inside the first 90 minutes in Hamburg. Portugal 0, France 0. To extra time we go. And of course the lingering threat of a possible penalty shootout. Portugal have been here once already at Euro 2024. Ronaldo, Silva and Fernandes all successful from the spot as Diogo Costa saved 3 Slovenian spot kicks. But it would be a first penalty shootout of the tournament for France. Of course, bad memories from Euro 2020 for Les Bleus. Knocked out in the round of 16 on penalties by Switzerland, and it's this man on the ball, Kylian Mbappe, that missed the all-important spot kick. He's denied there as he just tries to burst into the box. Nelson Semedo getting back to his right-back duties to frustrate him. There's Bernardo Silva. He's happy to just shuffle back in there and help out Semedo. Cristiano Ronaldo. Since he's been introduced to the party by Roberto Martinez. Again, Semedo will look to back up Hernandez. Dealt with by the France left back over on the dead ball line. Kylian Mbappe is happy to help. Hernandez will just clear that downfield for France as Pepe will pick it up on the halfway line. Here come Portugal again. Just shifted on to Silva. Now with Conceição. Try and take on Hernandez and go to the byline for Portugal. Finally found the cut back. Ronaldo blazed over the top by Cristiano Ronaldo. It was just behind him from Francisco Conceição. Couldn't quite sort his feet out in time, the Portugal captain. But it's the first time this evening that he sprang to life. Nothing for Cristiano Ronaldo so far tonight. That was an opportunity. Mike Manuel with a really calm clearance under pressure there to feed that up to halfway to Mbappe. Now Kante just looks to loft it over to this right hand side with Ousmane Dembele. Leao tracking back to disrupt his progress though. Now Kante again, still full of running, the France veteran. Many will just play that in between the lines to Marcus Thuram, who's dropped down to the edge of the 18-yard box to try and move France forward. Now Mbappe, ball from the left deflected, he'll have another chance here, laid back to him by N'Golo Kante. Now Tchouameni just looks to drift that in, and Koundé made the diagonal run from right back to try and give Diogo Costa something to think about, but it's an easy take for him. Over to his left hand side, he's growing frustrated at the lack of service into him. He's trying to drop deep and make his own look. Darting across to take this throw in that Magnan has cleared to touch for France. Referee Michael Oliver just telling Ronaldo to calm down. Emotions running high here for players, managers and officials, and of course the Portugal and France fans in the stands. They know that so much is at stake. No turning back from this evening. It's been too much for the France fans to get excited about at the tournament. Pegged as possible favourites to go on and lift it. They've not won a European Championship since 2000. David Trezeguet's infamous golden goal against Italy. No golden goal tonight though. Goal scored in extra time. Will not disrupt the flow. The contest will go the full 30 minutes and then possibly penalties. Throw into Portugal. Nelson Semedo trapped there midway inside the France half of the field as he tried to get forward from right back. Hernandez conceded to throw in. Semedo will try and buy himself a few yards here to edge towards the corner flag down the Portugal right, but he tosses that one backwards to Ruben Diaz. Now Vitinha tries to dip that in behind Lucas Hernandez, Mateo Hernandez I should say, but it's eventually gathered up and cleared away by France. Marcus Thuram trying to lead the charge there, but the referee pulls it back. It was Youssef Fofana, the France substitute, called back for a foul. Portugal again, they've been the stronger force in extra time. Conceição curls that one into the box, but it's well dealt with by Koundé. Dembele does well to get his body in front of Rafael Leao, and he can lead the charge for France down the right here. He's got Jules Koundé on the overlap. Vitinha thought about coming across and making the foul, but Dembele's got away from him. He's past Pepe. There's a chance here from Dembele, slides it into Mbappe. Can Mbappe find the curler from the left hand side? Chance for Mbappe. What a block from Pepe. The old man of Portugal once again comes to their rescue. Mbappe just couldn't make his mind up as he stepped in on that left hand side of the 18-yard box. Pepe eventually just slammed the door in his face. Brilliant skill there from Dembele, just rode a couple of challenges, took it all the way to the edge of the box. And France are trying to work another opportunity here, but it's wasted by Marcus Thuram. Kylian Mbappe got a toe in front of Pepe on the edge of the D on the French, on the Portugal 18-yard box, but Thuram just curling it past the post. Frustration on the face of Didier Deschamps. Imagine now any potential changes made by Roberto Martinez or Didier Deschamps will be with penalties in mind. Martinez did do that in the shootout victory over Slovenia, to shuffle his pack in the final few seconds to get some takers on. It was his starters that did the job. Silva, Fernandez and Ronaldo successful from the spot. Semedo, Neves, Jota, Conceição were all brought on potentially with the view of taking a penalty. Jota is one of those players that's been sent out to warm up by Roberto Martinez. We might see him possibly thrown on. Olivier Giroud would be one of those players you'd possibly look at from a French perspective to come on and take a penalty. Plenty of experience, of course, the veteran striker. Semedo just trying to carve out something. The Portuguese right was shut out eventually by a combination of Hernandez and Kante. France do well to spring the trap down this near right hand side. Dembele just couldn't quite gather it in on halfway to get away from Nuno Mendes. Manga there from the Portugal left back towards the French bench to collect the ball for the throw-in. Not sure if there was a comment made towards him that he didn't like too much. Deschamps just gives him a pat on the back. 10 minutes of the extra 30 have been played here in Hamburg. Still no breakthrough, still no chink of light for either side as they look to book that semi-final date against Spain. Could well be a situation where it comes down to who has got the nerve from the spot. Here's Cristiano Ronaldo to wriggle away down the left hand side for Portugal, right to the edge of the 18-yard box as France look to camp in and keep Portugal at bay. Good press though from France to force Portugal back into their own territory. Pepe short on options, goes to Diaz. Some tired legs out there now. Portugal of course naming the same starting 11. We went through 120 minutes against Slovenia. From those players who was only taken off in the dying seconds. João Cancelo the same. Cancelo's already been taken off here tonight, so he won't be on the penalty list, but just to see whether Pepe lasts the full 120 once again, or almost 120 once again. against them taking a penalty, of course. Michael just calling a halt to proceedings there. A foul on Vitinha. Quickly taken free kick just inside the France half. Now Semedo to try and make some yards down the Portuguese right. Forced back out by Theo Hernandez. Portugal are keen to try both wings to see if they can force a way through France. Rafael Leao has been the main threat, but Francisco Conceição has caused a couple of ripples of concern for the France left side. Mbappe and Hernandez have worked hard to keep him on lockdown. N'Golo Kante getting across to lend his hand of support as well. A game almost being played within a game here now, as both teams feeling the effects of what's been a tense night. Conceição tries to zip away down the Portugal right. Semedo will hang across into the box, and Upamecano gets there before Ronaldo. It falls for Leao. Block! What a huge piece of defending that was from Diogo Upamecano. Rafael Leao didn't get the cleanest connection on it from Cristiano Ronaldo's miscued header. Upamecano didn't know that, just flung his body in front of him to make the block. Leao knows that was a chance. He's got his head in his hands as Portugal recycle possession over on that far right hand side. Semedo on into the France half of the field. It's Didier Deschamps' team that are digging in and holding on in extra time now. Conceição will try and trick his way towards the byline. Can he find a cross? Forced backwards by Kante. That's been the clearest opportunity of extra time. Ball just zipped back across to Conceição, but Theo Hernandez will just smash it into the stands for a throw into Portugal. Conceição and Semedo quick to link up to take that one. Portugal want to force an opportunity here. There's absolutely no pace in the game though. Conceição's scurrying runs in from that right hand side, and Leao's ability to burst past Jules Koundé on the opposite flank have been key features, but as France drop deeper, space is at a real premium here. Here's Vitinha, forced backwards again towards the centre circle of Pepe. Ruben Diaz, now Vitinha again. Marcus Thuram just providing a shield in front of Vitinha and Pepe as they try to pass into midfield. There's Leao, just finds a little bit of space there to curl a ball past Bafana, but it's Tchouameni that gets there in front of Ruben Neves. Quick check of the watch from Michael Oliver. He knows that we're edging towards half time in extra time. 14 minutes played. Just like regulation 90, I don't anticipate there being too much added on. And from the next blow, with the referee's whistle, there will be 15 more minutes for these teams to decide their fate before what feels and has felt for quite some time like an almost inevitability of a penalty shootout. Vitinha back inside his own half again. Nothing in front of him as he tries to get Portugal moving through the gears. Ruben Diaz, now Pepe again. Space for him to step into just in front of the halfway line. Vitinha, Nuno Mendes. A bit of acceleration from him as he tries to get away from a couple of French tackles. Does well to get past Dembele and Fofana. Switched over to Conceição, who'll try and angle one from that right hand side of the box. It's well over the top. Mike Maignan happy to wave that beyond. Just being shown a replay of that opportunity for Leao. Really brave bit of defending from Diogo Upamecano. Just stuck a leg out to make the block. Was on target. Mike Maignan probably would have been well positioned to gather it in, but a bit of stoic defending from the Bayern Munich man, and we tick on to half time in extra time. The tension and the stakes continue to ratchet up here in Hamburg. But with 15 minutes of extra time remaining, we have ourselves a very short break before resumption here at the Vaux Park Stadion. But on Flashscore UK in the Euro 2024 quarter-final clash, it is Portugal 0, France 0. Minutes of extra time, and now less than 15 minutes away from a potential penalty shootout here in Hamburg. Nothing has been able to separate them so far, and this game has got a penalty shootout written all over it. Changes at half-time and extra time from Portuguese boss Roberto Martinez as he looks to potentially plan for those penalties. João Felix is on and Rafael Leao has been withdrawn. As for France, the big news is Kylian Mbappe has been taken off with Bradley Barcola on. So we know penalty for Kylian Mbappe. The new Real Madrid star, of course, missed from the spot the crucial penalty as France bowed out of Euro 2020 against Switzerland, and he will not be on penalty duty. That is a huge decision by Didier Deschamps as we move into the final stages of this contest. Both sides, of course, are granted an extra substitute in extra time, so there is the possibility of 6 changes that can be made. 4 have been made from both sides. Diogo Costa also on for Portugal. Penalties certainly on the minds of Martinez and Deschamps. Here's Bernardo Silva just pirouetting on the ball on halfway as he's closed down by N'Golo Kante. Kante, incidentally, has taken over the captain's armband from Kylian Mbappe. What will be running through the minds of the players and the two managers, Deschamps and Martinez, know that this will be a decisive end to their tournament. Criticism of both managers for the performances of their teams at Euro 2024, given the experience and talent that they have. France's lack of goals, a lack of spark, despite having Mbappe leading the attack, has been a constant feature. Portugal have really struggled since that opening win, or opening 2 wins I should say, in the group stages. Here is Conceição, there's a flood forward from the right hand side, he'll hang across into the far post, and it's headed into the side netting by João Felix. Just couldn't angle it back across the box. He gave the shout to Cristiano Ronaldo to leave that one. Mike Maignan had it covered at his far post, but it's slammed into the side netting by João Felix. Will the player put your money on that will be taking a penalty, if it comes to it, of course. Do still have a bit of action to get through before then. Shock if one side is able to produce a winning goal in what we have left in this encounter. France, of course, don't have great memories on penalty shootouts. You mentioned Mbappe's miss against Switzerland in Euro 2020. I mean, it didn't fare much better in the 2022 World Cup final, losing out to Argentina. Mbappe did score that time, so did Kolo Muani. There was misses for Kingsley Coman and Aurelien Tchouameni. Euro 2016 for Portugal's last penalty shootout in a European Championship. They were a perfect 5. Ronaldo, Renato Sanchez, João Moutinho, Nani and Quaresma. Incidentally, Cristiano Ronaldo the only player from that 5 that will be taking one tonight. 20 minutes of extra time are up. There's always huge focus on the goalkeepers in these situations as well. Diogo Costa saved 3 penalties against Slovenia. It was Hugo Lloris that was in goal for France in that World Cup final against Argentina. He wasn't able to keep any spot kicks out. Mike Maignan changed the record for France. N'Golo Kante does well there, down this near left hand side, just inside the Portugal half of the field to win back possession. Conceição will come away with it, dipped over the top for Ronaldo. There's space for Ronaldo to race into down the right hand side here. Really good covering from Theo Hernandez there to poke it behind for a corner. Ronaldo just able to step through the gears there. Possibility of an offside flag late being raised against Ronaldo. He's claiming for a corner. The referee has gone back to his assistant, and that is an offside. No corner for Portugal. A good piece of recovery defending from Theo Hernandez. That's been a feature of him during the tournament. He's dug out his colleagues on more than one occasion. Could he possibly be on the penalty shootout list for Didier Deschamps? Cliche somewhere that fullbacks make great penalty takers. There's another player you imagine will stick his hand up for a penalty. N'Golo Kante still bustling away, despite being over 100 minutes played here, full of industry. Now with the armband on after Mbappe's been taken off. Great moment for him if he can lead France over the line. One of the most likeable players in world football, N'Golo Kante. Here's Tchouameni, midway inside the Portuguese half, just looks to spray it to the left to Hernandez. Now Kante, Tchouameni again. France just looking to take the sting out of that bit of Portugal pressure and try and keep the ball inside Portuguese territory for some time. Tchouameni forced into a bit of a drastic hooked pass over to that far right hand side. Lovely take from Ousmane Dembele. You wouldn't think he was playing in a European Championship quarter-final. He's dipped inside. There's a chance for Dembele if he can get a shot off Dembele. Wild and off target from the PSG man. That was a half chance for him. We've seen him do that so many times. Just scoot in off that right hand side and unleash one off his left foot. A little off balance as he took the opportunity on. Possibly could have flicked it into the path of Marcus Thuram. Decided to take the opportunity himself. Diogo Costa happy to see that passed into the crowd. Here's Pepe. Goal kick taken short. Pepe into the feet of Nuno Mendes. João Felix dropping back into his own half to pick up possession from the Portuguese left back. Foul from Dembele on Mendes though. Just a little bit too keen to try and win back possession, and Kante tries to go steaming in on Neves there on the edge of the Portugal box, but it's played out. Ronaldo fouled on halfway by Upamecano. A little bit scrappy as we move towards spot kicks. Free kick taken quickly on halfway. Ronaldo just trying to advance Portugal down the left hand side. Darting behind by him though was already offside. Just raises a hand in apology to his teammates. Portugal look to switch play to this right. Conceição now level with the 18-yard box down the Portugal right, deep inside French territory. Nelson Semedo for support, but it's forced out of play for a throw-in by Bradley Barcola. Semedo again, quickly taking throws. Chance to hang across in here, but Kante will go and put him under some pressure. Play back to Ruben Neves. Now Ruben Diaz, Pepe, back on the centre circle for Portugal. Just over 5 minutes of extra time to play here in Hamburg. Long deep ball into the channel for Nelson Semedo to chase, but Lucas Hernandez will see that, and Theo Hernandez will see that out for a France goal kick. Ambitious ball that from Neves to try and pick out the run of Nelson Semedo, particularly up against the speed of Theo Hernandez. A speedy French customer. Ousmane Dembele, who's shuffled infield on the halfway line by João Felix, comes back across to this near left hand side. Hernandez will just slow his gallop and look to feed it to Bradley Barcola. He's got plenty of energy to burst on inside the box. Barcola with a chance, just lost his footing as he tried to scoop it goalwards. No issue for Diogo Costa there. Burst of pace there by Barcola. Saw an opportunity to just squeeze in between a couple of Portuguese defenders and try and make something happen. Both teams, and particularly both defences, have put in a real shift here. Happy to throw their body in where it hurts and make life difficult for their attackers. Pepe, Diaz, very, very solid for Portugal, particularly when defending their own box. Diogo Upamecano and William Saliba equally impressive for France. It's been their respective attacking output from both teams that has once again failed to flicker. Ronaldo, Mbappe, without a goal in the knockout stages. Ronaldo's poor run in knockout stage football at international tournaments continues for Portugal. Kylian Mbappe still with just one goal at Euro 2024. After he's been withdrawn, it will potentially be his final act of the tournament. Of course, there's an additional subplot here for Cristiano Ronaldo. If Portugal are eliminated, this is almost certain to be his final ever European Championship appearance. Conceição trying to wriggle his way into the box down the Portuguese right, but he's held up by Hernandez and he wins a corner. Good work there from Conceição. He's been a pest since he's come on. And this, in all likelihood, with 3 minutes of extra time to go, could be Portugal's final chance to load one into the box. They have committed Diaz and Pepe forward. Ronaldo's in there as well. They're going to attack this and try and give Mike Maignan something to worry about. Saliba on Ronaldo duty. Upamecano picking up Pepe. It's going to be Vitinha to deliver from the right hand side. PSG midfield. Can he find the right delivery? Goes deep. Maignan thought about coming but decided against it. Bounces through. Ronaldo goes to the ground. The referee blows for a foul against Cristiano Ronaldo. He's claiming that he was dragged down by a France player. Plenty of wrestling going on there between both players. It was Diogo Upamecano that won the foul from Ronaldo. Ronaldo had a piece of Upamecano's shirt as he went to ground, and despite his protest, Michael Oliver is having none of it. Free out to France. Seconds of normal time. Seconds of the normal extra 30 to play. We move head on towards a penalty shootout in Hamburg. Cristiano Ronaldo almost certain to be sticking his hand up for a penalty. Was denied by Jan Oblak against Slovenia, but he did make amends. Apologised to the fans as he scored in the penalty shootout to get Portugal off to a perfect start. Dembele tries to race away down the right hand side, blocked in behind by Nuno Mendes. Corner to France. Final minute of extra time. Blink of an eye, France have got forward, managed to create themselves an opportunity. There is going to be a change for Portugal. Matheus Nunes brought on. You're certain to put your money on him taking a penalty, but Dembele with the corner, headed down by Upamecano. Ronaldo's in there defending, does well to win the header. Referee blows for a foul. Ronaldo did what he needed to there to get to the ball first. Make sure there was no opportunity for France to try and get an effort on goal from the rebound. It's going to be Nunes to replace Vitinha. Confident to say he will be added to Roberto Martinez's penalty list. Bernardo Silva scored the clincher against Slovenia. He'll be on the list as well, you'd imagine. Some of the substitutes. Ruben Neves possibly. João Felix. Coutinho gets a hook from his manager as he's replaced there. Manchester City midfielder Nunes will just come on, add a bit of energy for the final few seconds. We want to get a couple of touches of the ball before potentially taking a penalty, of course. Diaz looks to knock that forward. Ronaldo will challenge with Upamecano. Koundé just knocks it back to Mike Maignan. A nervy ball there to William Saliba to complete the clearance for France, and they need N'Golo Kante to bustle in and win it back on the edge of the centre circle. They move on into whatever time Michael Oliver chooses to add on here at the end of extra time. We've not had too many delays at any point in this game. We could in fact be just seconds away from the second penalty shootout of Euro 2024. Here's Theo Hernandez trying to burst forward. Can he create a chance? The layoff on the edge of the box by Thuram is hacked away by Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo will run and keep that in play over on that far left hand side, just inside the France half of the field. Nuno Mendes now with a chance to stretch his legs, and Portugal have got a man over here. Bernardo Silva on the edge of the box, dips inside, lays it off, chance for Portugal, straight into the gloves of Mike Maignan, and Nuno Mendes with the final chance here this evening. The referee brought his whistle to his mouth and then decided against it just before that opportunity. Mendes, with 15 minutes of extra time remaining, we have ourselves a very short break before resumption here. We'll gather. The referee, Michael Oliver, has decided enough is enough here in Hamburg. Two chances right at the death in the final throws here in the Volkspark Stadion. But what we've all known for very, very long this evening is that this game has been absolutely destined for a penalty shootout, and we have it for the second time in Euro 2024 and for the second time in Portugal's campaign this summer. A penalty shootout will decide their fate here in Germany. We are going to take a very quick break here on Flash Score, and we'll be back with all the penalty action in just a few moments' time. Don't forget to stick with us. It is going to be a cracker. Will do battle from the penalty spot to decide who faces Spain in the Euro 2024 semi-finals. Cristiano Ronaldo and N'Golo Kante as captains have undergone the coin toss with Michael Oliver, and it is now down to the keepers Mike Maignan, Diogo Costa and the players entrusted by their managers to take a penalty under this immense pressure. Both sets of players gathered on the halfway line, arms linked, supporting each other through thick and thin for what is about to come. Just a quick reminder, Portugal have already won one penalty shootout at Euro 2024. Diogo Costa saving 3 spot kicks against Slovenia to secure their place in this game. This is France's first penalty shootout at a major tournament since losing to Argentina on spot kicks in the 2022 FIFA World Cup final. Everything comes down to this. Michael Oliver just going through his final checks with the 2 goalkeepers, Maignan and Costa, giving their orders for the penalty shootout, and it is going to be France to take the first spot kick. Ousmane Dembele against Diogo Costa. here for the Paris Saint-Germain winger. Of course, no Kylian Mbappe for the penalty shootout. He was withdrawn in extra time by Didier Deschamps. France's regular penalty taker, scored from the spot already in the tournament. But it's Dembele to try and get France off to a perfect start. Dembele against Costa. He slots it home. Dembele goes right, Dembele goes left, and Costa goes right. Cool, calm and collected. And France's number 11 just waited for Costa to dive to his right. Rolls it into the opposite corner. Not a perfect penalty, but effective nonetheless, and France are off the mark. Now, Cristiano Ronaldo was the first penalty taker in that spot kick victory over Slovenia. He has taken responsibility first time round from 12 yards once again. Mike Maignan, his opponent this time, denied by Jan Oblak, and then beat the Atletico Madrid stopper. What will be the outcome against AC Milan's number 1? Cristiano Ronaldo against Mike Maignan. Ronaldo with the stuttered stand up, and Ronaldo buries it to Magnan's right. Maignan guessed the correct way, got down, got low, but he couldn't keep it out. And Ronaldo levels it up for Portugal. Huge puff of the cheeks from Portugal's number 7. Absolutely relishes this type of pressurised situation, Cristiano Ronaldo. Close to getting a fingertip on that one, Mike Maignan. Cristiano Ronaldo, so much experience, fires it into the bottom corner, and we are level after 2 spot kicks each. It's going to be another French substitute for their second penalty of the evening. Youssef Fofana. Yes, Monaco midfielders go for a short run up against Diogo Costa. Fofana to take against Costa down the middle, and he puts France back in front. Costa to the right. Fofana rolled the dice, just fired it down the middle. Again, another France player just waiting for Costa to make his mind up. Play the percentages. Tucks it home for France. Advantage back in favour of Les Bleus. Bernardo Silva, who did score his spot kick against Slovenia, successful alongside Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes. No Bruno Fernandes this time round though. Can the Manchester City man level it up again for Portugal? Fires it into the top corner. Confident penalty from Bernardo Silva. Again, Maignan to the left, goes the right way. Threw up a right hand to try and keep it out. Bernardo Silva copying his captain's technique. Big breath before he took that. And Maignan again so close to getting a hand on it. Missed the penalty, of course, in their Champions League defeat, Manchester City against Real Madrid during the domestic season. He said that haunted him. He stepped up when his countries needed him at Euro 2024, scoring in back-to-back penalty shootouts. With Jules Koundé for France's 3rd penalty here. Huge pressure on the Barcelona defender. Koundé fires it home. The best penalty of the lot so far from Jules Koundé. He seemed to rush his run up, and he just smashed it into the right hand side of the goal. Costa guesses the right way. He just wasn't able to get across in time. Brilliant penalty from the Barcelona right back. Straight over for a high five with Mike Maignan. Yet to see a goalkeeper really make an impact on these penalties. Magnan's been closer than Costa. No spot kicks from Ronaldo and Silva. He has not yet been able to make a save. Of course, at this time in the round of 16, Diogo Costa had saved 3 penalties, yet to keep out 1. João Felix next up for Portugal. Felix against Maignan. Felix off the post. He's missed for Portugal. The Atletico Madrid man off the bench in extra time to take a penalty has seen his effort come back off the upright. Maignan flinched to dive to his right, but he didn't need to save it. The woodwork has kept Felix out. And after 3 penalties each, France have the advantage. Huge frustration for João Felix. Didn't get the best connection. Probably would have crept into the bottom corner if Mannion had got across. But the post denies him. And Portugal find themselves needing another rescue act from Diogo Costa if they are to keep their Euro 2024 dream alive. Bradley Barcola, the 4th man up for France. Real pressure on the 21-year-old. Another PSG player to take a penalty. And cool, calm and collected, he sends Costa the wrong way. Took his time over that and just curled it into the back of the net. And Portugal now need something very special if they are to avoid bowing out at the quarter-final stage of Euro 2024. That tantalising date with Spain is on the calendar. France are in the ascendancy, and it is a must-not-miss scenario for Nuno Mendes. The PSG theme continuing here. An absolutely crunch moment for the Portugal left-back. Really solid performance across 120 minutes. Can he do his job from the penalty spot? Nuno Mendes against Mike Mannion. Mendes fires it into the top corner. That is how you take a penalty under pressure. Mannion to the right and he buries it in the top left-hand corner. Superb technique from the Portugal number 19. Just when it mattered, just when his country needed him, he slams it home to keep Portugal in the running to force a place in the Euro 2024 quarter-finals. However, it could all be rendered obsolete as his fellow left-back goes forward. Theo Hernandez with the opportunity now to send France through to the semi-finals of Euro 2024. Kylian Mbappe is out on the pitch. He's been told to get back off it by the 4th official. He's not listening. He wants to be there to celebrate if this hits the back of the net. Hernandez against Costa. Hernandez into the back of the net, and France are into the semi-finals of Euro 2024. A marathon night in Hamburg for Les Bleus and Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal, but it's France who march on into the final 4, and Cristiano Ronaldo's European Championship journey could be coming to an end here in Hamburg tonight. João Felix, the unfortunate penalty misser for Portugal, but at full time, after a long night in Hamburg, it is France on penalties that are going through to the semi-finals of Euro 2024. Portugal and Cristiano Ronaldo are heading home, but France are heading to a date with Spain on July the 9th. What an evening, and do not forget, we will be here again tomorrow. Live audio coverage for 2 semi-final clashes is England against Switzerland at 5 p.m. and Turkey against the Netherlands at 8 p.m. They're both UK kickoff times. We will be guiding you all the way through to the final of Euro 2024. But for tonight, it is au revoir to Portugal from the French as Hernandez seals their